Welcome to another episode, season 2 of Karisha Please. I wanted to tell my story, wanted to be my glory, and I wanted a platform that I could like tell my truth, pop my shit, and maybe pop this pussy. Period.
But wait, there's more. Hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What is going on? It's Terrence. So I'm coming down with another video. We talking Hollywood hot topics. Before I get started, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what y'all think about this video. Okay, so first we're going to talk about this Karisha podcast, aka Karisha Speaks. Now I feel like this podcast is very long overdue. In my opinion, Karisha says something in this video that I feel like she should start thinking the complete opposite. She says in this podcast, she says, I usually let people run with the narrative or whatever and don't be saying nothing. That to me is Karisha's biggest mistake. She let people talk for her and assume for her. That's not good. Especially when your career and name is on the line. F letting the narrative run, because then the money gonna run out. Anyways, it starts off with, the intro, and then not gonna lie, I love the fact that Saucy did this because we didn't try to pitter patter, we didn't try to, play niceties. We got straight to it. Okay. What's up with the diddler? Okay. Saucy was the one who was doing the interviewing and the questioning. She was basically in the hot seat. She gets asked about the diddler, and Karisha just starts breaking down, crying. I'm talking about tears all across her face. She like Sunday, I'm trying to give up, but it's like I look at my kids and I'm like, I brought us too far to go back. Okay, I come so far the where I started. Nobody told me the right. Okay. Karisha hit us with that, but I won't go back. Okay, this part made me feel a little bit of ways. It did make me feel for her. I'm a soft your heart when it comes to people crying, especially women crying. So that did kind of touch me a little bit because I've always said on my channel, I do feel like people kind of go hard on her a lot on the internet over something that this man did. The stuff that she did in relation to him, I don't think was the smartest. I feel like she gave him too much credit, not only in this podcast, but also when they were kind of around each other. Okay. Now, she said that after being asked by Saucy, have you been through any DV? Now, she says she's been to 2 relationships and she hasn't been through any DV by him, basically. She doesn't even, this would kind of bother me. She didn't say like, no, I never been through any of that with him. She just said she'd been through 2 DV relationships in her life, I guess when she was younger or something, and would never experience something like that. But she doesn't directly say, no, he never hit me, he never touched me, etc. I kind of wish she clarified that, because like this is your chance to, what they just said, put it on the line. This is your chance to put it on the line, okay? To really like make it clear. Don't make any mince any words, any of that. Okay. So I kind of wish Saucy would have her like clarify that, like say, did he hit you or not? Like we need to know. Okay, in specifics. We're not talking about your past relationships. We're talking about now. We're talking about with him. You feel me? Now, Karisha said she was basically with him, not for the bags and the shoes and the jewelry, but she was mostly with him because of the inspiration in regards to what he could do, like career-wise, stuff that she could learn from her. Okay? What Saucy said, ain't nobody was drinking De Leon. All right? What bothered me with this podcast was too much Diddy praise. I feel like you can still be grateful for what someone did for you without making them seem godlike. Because although, like she says, he put you in position, you still had to do the work. Without Karisha's personality and the questioning and her relationships in regards to people in the media, Karisha Please would not have been as successful as it was. So although he put you in position, i.e. revolt, Without you putting in the work, it wouldn't have been successful. It wouldn't have went through. And that's why I feel like Karisha's sort of lacking is giving herself a lot more credit. You, in my opinion, helped him out a little bit more than he helped you out. Because Diddy wasn't on our mouths and tongues until he kind of came around you again. I mean, he was, but not as much until he came around the City Girls. It wasn't his, hey, man. She claims she is no longer with the diddler, and she separated herself from him because she just needs to pour into herself. In my opinion, when in regards to the Diddy situation for this podcast, it was too open-ended for me. To me, it gives me like, let's say if the public fodder becomes a little bit more positive towards him and he's proven innocent in what certain things he's being accused of, that he may have another chance with you. And I don't like that. Especially seeing some of the stuff that's been released with the Cassie video and everything like that. We don't need that. Hopefully Saucy talks her out of even a possibility of something like that happening. Because it's like now, and now. Okay? A lot of the praise included that he poured into her. He made her realize something that she didn't realize in herself, meaning that she had like a big personality and could top into certain genres, like doing podcasting, etc. Which you do need that sometimes with people. Because one thing about it, let me make it about myself, because y'all, I love to make it about myself. It is easy. Hey, okay. Now, she says in this podcast or whatever, like he made her realize something that, he did that she didn't realize by herself. Y'all do that a lot with me when it comes to like voiceovers and stuff like that and impersonations. Like that's something I love to do, but like seeing the comments saying it over and over and over again, it does make me like extremely grateful for you guys, because I really could do this voiceover shit. You feel me? I really could become a voiceover actor. So it's like little stuff like that. It is motivating. So I agree with her in regards to that, because you do need sometimes people to tell you about yourself in a positive way for you to like really realize it, especially in regards to career wise. So I'm with her on that, but it was just too much credit given to this man. And it's like, you were funny before him. You were a key before him. You were doing them lives with Saucy before him. Okay. Now, also in this podcast, you guys, I will say, you could tell her energy is a little bit more down than what we've usually seen of her on social media before this Diddy stuff even happened. Hopefully she is in therapy in regards to that, because y'all got to understand, she experienced 2 losses. She lost her bandmate, she lost her nigga, and she lost her career. 3, I lied. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of losses to take back to back to back to back. First went the nigga, then went the career, then went her bandmate. A triple whammy. That's a lot. Okay? Now we get to JT. The drama. What was hard to hear is basically Karisha say we're not in a group anymore. That kind of like, ooh. My heart kind of tore. Okay, it did kind of tore. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, damn, because it's like they sort of pitter pat around it, but they don't ever like say it verbatim, like we not in a group no more. So it was kind of like, damn. It's like somebody snatching something away from you that was yours. Like, damn, bitch. So she literally confirms it in this podcast. She said, we're not in a group no more. She doing her thing. I'm doing my thing. So when Saucy asks her, are you guys still sisters? What's the status of our relationship? So she says that they aren't the best of friends or talk every day, but they're not beefing either. So there's that. The way she said it was a little bit stank. So it's giving me that you still feel a way about what she did on the internet. And I feel like this was filmed a little bit after the whole internet situation. If we're going to keep it a buck. I don't think this was filmed recently. That's just from what I see from it. I may be wrong, but I don't feel like this was filmed recently, because her emotions were very raw. And that's why I think this was filmed like a little bit ago and they were keeping it in the vault. Which I'm not mad at, to be honest, because we got to see some raw emotions from her. The part where she talks about the internet, I agree with Karisha on that. JT did bring it to the internet. I will say that. She did bring it to the internet, which isn't good because y'all could have talked to each other, cussed each other out instead of going to Twitter, going to the grams, and basically making it a bigger thing than what it was. Okay. Now, what she was wrong was what I reiterated earlier, which was she said, I let the narrative run. Like, that's what I do. Now, you shouldn't have let the narrative run as if you were some jealous person and that, you felt a way that JT was going solo, etc. You shouldn't have let that narrative run. You shouldn't have let the Diddy narrative run at all. Okay? Now, what I think JT was wrong with, another reason, is because she basically said that JT was doing her own thing and she didn't know. JT to me is partially wrong in this. Let me tell you why. That podcast that they did when they're all three together, Saucy was basically saying, this is when JT started crying in that red wig, okay? We're going to call it Lola. When she had that big red wig on, it was like a helmet. She was crying and crying her eyes out because Saucy was saying, Karisha has her podcast, she has this, and like we be trying to get JT to do her own thing and push her out to do other stuff and whatever, but she doesn't want to. You guys were kind of encouraging her to kind of be free. I'm not saying they were encouraging her to break up the City Girls or go solo, but they were encouraging her to kind of find her own niche, and that's kind of what she did. So can you really be mad at her for that? No. What she can be mad at her for is literally working on a solo project secretly and then kind of blindsiding her a little bit and saying, hey, I got a solo project coming out outside for City Girl. Now, I think that's a little wrong. I wouldn't say wrong, but I think it's sneaky. It is sneaky. But a lot of the greats have kind of done that. You got SWV, Destiny's Child, the list goes on and on. So it's like the girls that pop out solo out the groups, 9 times out of 10, not all the time they tell their group. Literally, SWV, they beefed about that whole thing. Okay? Coco thought she was the star. Okay? So Coco started doing her own thing. And guess what? That didn't work out. In this situation, I don't feel like they're going to get back together, though. They probably might tour again together on some like reunion type ish, but do I think they'll be like long term, come back together, make albums, etc.? No, because I feel like a lot of things are too far gone, and I feel like Karisha feels a little bit betrayed. Not only did their group sort of break up, but they beefed publicly online, and I feel like it's going to be hard for her to ever forgive JT for that. Now, she said distance played a huge part in it. I don't think that's the case. I'm sorry. I feel like it had a whole lot to do with them wanting to do different things and Karisha getting involved a little bit with Diddler for those couple of years. I feel like that sort of drifted them apart. I don't like that how they didn't address that part either. And I remember when I did that recap of that Breakfast Club interview, I'm still holding that against some of y'all entertainers. Y'all wrote me down in the comments. Oh, Pierre, you're doing too much. Oh, you making assumptions. They're not beefing. And then look, that energy was so readable. It wasn't even funny. Like you could tell they didn't like each other during that Breakfast Club interview. It was so apparent. It was disgusting. Distance probably played a little bit into it, but I don't think that was the major factor in them separating the way that they did. Like, what was sad to me was when she talked about how she felt like she lost her personality. I was like, damn, like that's deep. That's deep right there. Cause it's like to lose your personality means like you low-key lost a piece of yourself. And that's hard to gain back. With the JT and Karisha situation, when a coworker plotting to quit, like I'm doing, the coworker plotting to quit and you cool as hell with the coworker and y'all tight. And then they put in their 2 weeks and you find out and you like, damn, like you really gonna leave me alone like this? I feel like it's a little bit like that. Like that's kind of what we experienced. But these coworkers were actually friends and knew each other since they were young. So that's what kind of made it, a little bit more hurtful. I do think though Karisha doesn't get the flowers that she deserves. While JT was up in that jail cell, she was holding it down for the group. She kept going. She kept pushing through. She wasn't lazy. She was persevering. Although, of course, QC was probably on her ass to make sure that she keeps the City Girl name alive. I don't think she gets her flowers enough for doing that because a lot of duos, groups, or whatever would not survive something like this. She could have easily decided that, hey, she could do this on her own. Fuck JT. That's what her dumb ass get for going to jail. Like, she kept going. in regards to that. I do hope that they do get closer again in the future. Now that, Carisha's not in a little diddler camp anymore. She says she's no longer with him. Very open ended. Sounded like she had hope for more. Towards the end, what she has coming up, she says she has the new Karisha Roulette, Risha Reloaded. She showed the card game. They played a little bit of it. She gave Santana his flowers. She started crying or whatever. Their friendship though is admirable. Okay, they've never really aired each other out or done it or said nothing crazy towards each other. So there is that in regards to Karisha. I do think what she said was true. If Santana wasn't there in her life, she would probably be a pill popper bitch from Berkeley. Okay, a BBB, a PBB. Okay, pill popper bitch in Berkeley. Like that could have been her because he's probably the one that she runs to anytime she's going through this internet drama, people torture her, etc. He's the one that probably picks up the phone and answers. So thank God for him. Okay. This podcast, I liked it because she did show a lot of vulnerability and she did tell us a lot of her truth. Now, she didn't go too much into detail as much as we as the viewers would want her to, but the fact that she did this to me, I wouldn't say it's enough, but it's noted. You know what I mean? Like, she didn't have to do this. She could have easily just did a season 2 act like nothing's going on. I feel like it's overdue. I feel like this should have been put out. Okay? So let me know what y'all think down below about this podcast. Do you guys feel like it was genuine? What do you guys think about her and JT's fallout as well in the podcast, how she talks about it? And we get also between her and JT, the Nikki situation. She said she got left off bad and bougie. You got left off bad and bougie? Do I look like I get left off bad and bougie? What? What'd you say? Do I look like I get left off bad and bougie? Wait, what? Do I look like I get left off bad and bougie? She got left off bad and bougie. I was like, that damn Nikki causes a ruckus anywhere. Now, they talk about the whole Twitter situation and how, of course, JT was getting into it with Cardi. And then also with the Super Freaky Girl remix and how she woke up one day and basically was like, oh, I was asleep or I'm just waking up because all the Twitter drama. Little stuff like that, I feel like is what causes more shit. She didn't have to tweet anything. That's where I feel like a lot of the girlies lack accountability because you tweeting that shows us that you see what's going on and you keen at it instead of just not saying anything at all. Karisha said she ain't know nothing about that song. I know she gagged when that song just dropped and then you see your damn bandmate on there. One thing I also wanted to say, she made a good point, right? She said when they were together, people would request either her or JT, or they would request like either or, and it would be separate. And she felt like that kind of threw her off a little bit. I think that is such a good point to make because that's one thing I realized when they were together and they would be featured on songs separately. I didn't like that. That's going to cause division regardless. I don't care what nobody says. Because you're going to think, why is this artist wanting her instead of me? And that's where the friction starts. A lot of people don't kind of peep that and put that two and two together. That happened a lot when they were even, getting along and the group was doing like pretty good. Sometimes JT would be on a feature, Karisha's not, and it would say City Girls. So how does that work? You see what I'm saying? All in all, I'm going to have to get a podcast. I'm going to have to give it an 8 out of 10. And the reason why is because it was too much Diddy praise, but I also like the fact that she was as vulnerable as she can be in regards to everything that she's going through because she did not have to put this out. Okay, now let's talk Marcus Jordan. And y'all, I watched this man because I watched Real Housewives of Miami, all of the seasons, and this most recent one, okay? This picture threw me when I seen it. I'm not going to lie. Listen, I don't be around people that do powder donuts. So like in my mind, I'm thinking this like a piece of paper and like they line it up or like they put it on a table. So when I seen the thing going up his nose, I seen a picture. I'm like, why is people going crazy over this? It looks like he's just picking his nose with an object. No, the niggas do powder donuts. I'm like, what? I didn't know that they made like fancy tools for powder donuts to go up your nose. It was like a spoon, I guess. Okay. I blame Larsa. Now, the picture's going very viral, and people are feeling as if he shouldn't be doing this. Um, he was in the south of France, y'all. They feel as if he shouldn't be doing something like this because of who he is and his status. Okay. I need people to stop being so stupidly shocked. You act like half of these celebrities do not do powder donuts behind the scenes. Let's keep it a buck. They do. They may not say it, they may not talk about it, but it's being done. It's being snorted. It's being smoked. It's being shot. It's in a shot glass. It's something is being done. Okay. What really shocked me even more is that he's still not with Larsa. I'm like, God damn, y'all was like the new damn Brad and Angelina, and now look, you got this with this white girl, and now you doing powder donuts. Look at you, look at me. Like seriously, I wonder what Larsa thinks about this. I don't like how people are sort of putting her to blame as if she's the one, who put him onto this, knowing damn well he probably been doing it before he even met her. Okay. I do feel like it is very embarrassing for somebody like that to be caught publicly like that, doing it pictorially because it's like 4K HD. Doing this with a side of breakfast is diabolical. Like this nigga was eating watermelon, a whole lot of fruits, cereal, and some powdered donuts. It's a delicacy. Like, oh my God. I feel like it was very dumb for him to get caught. The reason why is because right now, the area that he's in is very much involved. You're damn near where the biggest event in the world right now is being taken place. So why did you think it was cool to do that, knowing damn well there might be a whole lot of press around? And maybe he just doesn't give a fuck, which I really feel like, although I may joke about it, I hate how powdered donuts is being normalized. I've always been against it. I just feel like it's like, come on. It's already so much that we as Black people are, caught up with, stigmatized with. The last thing we need is powdered donuts in addition to it. It's already a part of us, don't get me wrong, with one of the, things that we're always alleged of doing. But it's not as big as other people. You know what I'm saying? So we don't need any more people publicly of color just being caught just doing it up the nose. Like, it's just like, fuck. I know his dad cussed him the fuck out when he seen those pictures on the internet. Okay? Larsa somewhere is crying in Gertie's arms like, oh my God, like, he left me, now he's doing like drugs. Like, this is crazy. Okay? Gertie's like, get yourself together. Okay? You left him and now he's doing drugs. So you should have known better than to stay with him as long as you did, because guess what? He's doing drugs, okay? So good thing God you're not with him anymore. Because guess what? Both of you guys would be powdered donut heads. Like, I just already see how this conversation will go. And it better be addressed on this damn next season of Miami Housewives. It better. So Scarlett, you guys, is going viral because of a video that she posted while she was with her boyfriend and asked her boyfriend a question as if she was pretty.
You think I'm pretty, baby?
You're beautiful, man. Sometimes.
What that mean?
I mean, sometimes. Sometimes.
Am I pretty right now?
No, not right now. Definitely not right now. Definitely not. I'm looking a little.
I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. I love y'all. I don't feel like being on live no more. So your dad don't think I look pretty right now?
Not like right now. like sometimes. You feel me?
Mm. You think I'm pretty bad?
To me, I really feel like she sort of ruined her image as an artist with some of the stuff she does on social media. Once it was like her feeling as if she went online a lot online like some years or some months ago, really some months ago, talking about how she doesn't feel like she's pretty and like people don't be calling her pretty and it ruins her confidence. And then it was at one point where the red carpet that she went to on the award show, she dressed a certain way and she feels like people set her up because they didn't tell her to dress um to not dress the way that she did. It's like it's always like a victimization that she sort of does online that I feel like it tarnishes it. To me, this sounded like a skit, one of those Instagram skits that's for humor. It didn't come off as real to me. I may be wrong, but she said, I have been humiliated. The whole world is laughing at my relationship. Like, what do they get of doing? Like, what does she get out of like putting stuff out there? Because it's like you didn't have to upload that. You didn't have to be on live asking him that. Better yet, because it wasn't uploaded, it was live. But like, you didn't have to ask him that on live. It's so corny to me. Like it just doesn't make any sense. Like what's the point? And to me, it kind of negates like her drill style of rap because it's like you're supposed to be a hard ass bitch, and then you just online crying all the damn time. I know you are allowed to have your emotions and feel, but it's like you're purposefully trying to make us feel bad for you. Like what the fuck is the point of doing that? Like you're supposed to be rapping like this. You know what I'm saying? And then you coming on her crying, "Am I pretty?" You can't go for so am I pretty? It's no, we're not doing that. No. Nelly, y'all, was arrested for having some X pills in his possession recently. Okay, they said the rapper Nelly was arrested early Saturday at a St. Louis Arena casino, in the Missouri Highway Patrol said an officer found 4 illegal X pills on him. I'm calling it that for YouTube purposes, not too much. Okay, the girls that get it, get it. The rapper's attorney said an overzealous officer targeted him and conducted an improper search. The arrest occurred around 4:45, and Nelly 49 was held and released by police in Maryland Heights, Missouri. The patrol said in a brief online report, the St. Louis suburb is home to the Hollywood Casino Hotel. And Nelly's attorney, Scott Robinson, said in a statement Wednesday evening that the rapper, who grew up in the area, visits it frequently. Online Missouri court records show that Nelly, whose birth name is Cornell Haynes, not Cornell. That Nelly got an old nigga name, Cornell Cornelius Jr. the Third. Okay, Cornell Haynes II was cited in June 2018 in Maryland Heights with an operating vehicle without proper proof of insurance. A judge issued a warrant in December 2023, and it will remain outstanding. Rosa Bloom said Nelly had won several casino jackpots. When he sought to collect them, the officer who had supervised the transaction needlessly ran a search for warrants. Once the officer found the outstanding warrant, he cuffed Nelly's hands behind his back and felt compelled to parade him through the casino in front of other customers. Rosa Bloom said, what's not really talked about in the media is how officers target Black celebrities in the media in order to sort of get some sort of badge of honor because they got that celebrity. It's really sad, pathetic, and it shows us some of how law enforcement is a little bit pissy and chauvinistic. Because what do you get out of arresting somebody that's rich and famous? Like that makes your dick hard. Nell's attorney called what the officer found alleged ecstasy, said the officer did not have probable cause to justify searching him. Nelly wasn't notified of the warrant, did not know about it. I'm 100% confident this case will go nowhere, Rosenblum said, and will be asking for an inquiry into this officer's conduct. The Highway Patrol's report provided no details about the arrest, and Maryland Heights Police did not respond to a call Wednesday seeking comment. Rosenblum said in similar circumstances, any other citizen would have been told to address it and allowed to go in their own way. Nelly, a 3-time Grammy Award winner, is known for his hits like Hot in Here and Just a Dream, had 4 number 1 hits. Beyond his recorded career, Nelly has appeared in several films, in the television series, and the sports film The Longest Yard, in the BT Rally series with his family. Okay? I do feel like people need to stop taking these headlines and just running with it, because what he claims could be ecstasy pills could have just been a damn sleeping pill. Could have been just a damn Xanax. But they're going to claim it's an X pill. And I keep saying that just so, YouTube purposes, just to sort of make the situation look worse than what it is. Because a lot of officers and a lot of people in law enforcement, they tend to go after these rappers and celebrities because they want to have that badge of honor to sort of get a key to their other colleagues. Okay? Let me know what y'all think down below about some of these topics. Drop your comments down below about this podcast. Do y'all think Karisha was telling the truth? And do you guys sympathize with what she's been through in regards to the media? Okay? Leave your comments down below, and we're out, babies.
No personal thing.